Have you ever felt the air grow heavy, the silence too loud? Have you noticed crows gathering at the edges of cities, their cries echoing across rooftops, alleys, and empty streets? They are not ordinary birds. They are messengers, harbingers, voices of a world beyond our own. When the crows cry, the veil between life and death thins. A hidden reality stirs, unseen by most, felt only by those who still listen. Tonight, at the edge of your city, when darkness falls and their wings blacken the sky, watch, listen. What you see may shock you. What you hear may change you. The dead are near, the unseen stirs. This is a warning and a revelation. Prepare yourself. The world is not as silent as you believe. There is a time, long foretold, when the sky will speak with voices unknown to the ears of men. When the wind carries not only the scent of rain, but the murmurs of the unseen. And in that stillness, at the edge of cities, there will gather crows. Black as the night without stars, their eyes reflecting a fire not of this world. And they will cry. Not the cry of hunger, not the cry of warning, but the cry that divides the worlds. The veil between the living and the dead thins. Unseen threads loosening, unraveling. And in their cacophony, there is a language older than stone, older than the rivers that cut valleys through the mountains. Listen. These crows are not merely birds. They are messengers, harbingers of a truth that cannot be spoken in the marketplace, nor written in the scrolls of men. Their gathering is a mirror, a reflection of the imbalance, of the spiritual turbulence that stirs beneath the surface of your cities. When they cry at the borders of steel and concrete, of glass and smoke, they are calling the attention of those who still have ears to hear, calling the attention of those whose hearts have not yet been hardened. For what comes is not merely seen. It is felt. It is known in the marrow, in the tremor of your bones when the night falls too silent. The dead, they watch, and they listen. And in their listening, the crows speak. They speak of times when the world tilts, when the balance of life and death is tested, when shadows stretch long over the land, and men will not understand. They will call it madness. They will call it coincidence. But the wise, the patient, the humble in spirit will know. They will know that the crows are guides, and that the cries are not to terrify, but to awaken the senses dulled by ease, the hearts hardened by greed, the eyes blinded by fear. When the gathering begins at the edge of cities, look upon them, do not flinch, do not chase them away, do not mock their presence. They are the bridge, the thin thread connecting the living to the waiting. And there will come moments when the veil is so thin, you will hear whispers, voices that belong neither to the living nor fully to the dead. And in that hearing there is knowledge, knowledge that will not come in daylight, nor in the words of teachers. It comes in the hush before dawn, in the rustle of wings, in the hollow gaze of a crow perched on a lonely rooftop. Mark these signs. The crows at the edges, the cries that pierce the dusk. They are signals not of destruction, but of revelation, a peeling back of the world's false veils. And know this, not all will see clearly, not all will hear, but those who do, those who answer the call, will glimpse the pathways hidden from mortal sight. For the veil is not merely a boundary, it is a mirror, reflecting what is ignored, what is denied, what is lost in the chaos of living. And the crows, they remind us of the thinness of life, of the nearness of what we call death. They remind us that the unseen is not absence, but presence, ever waiting, ever patient. And in their cries there is both warning and comfort. Warning for those who wander blindly. Comfort for those who remember, who kneel, who pray, who listen. The cities, they will not understand. They will curse. They will scatter the flocks. They will ignore the messages carried on wings of black. But the edges of cities, the places forgotten, the alleys of silence, there the veil will thin. And those who come in humility will see, will hear, will feel. There will be a tremor in the air, a shift in the pulse of life. And the crows, they will multiply, their wings darkening the sky, their cries growing louder, not in anger, not in malice, but in a rhythm older than your clocks, older than your calendars. They chant the truths men have hidden from themselves. You will know, by the way the crows circle, by the intensity of their gathering, by the sudden hush in streets where they do not perch. There is a balance to be honored, a silence to be respected, a truth to be acknowledged, and the veil, it will thin, until it quivers, until it ripples, until a moment comes when the dead step close, not in form, not in flesh, but in presence, and those who have listened, who have waited, will recognize the signs. There is a choice, to fear, or to understand, to flee, or to witness, to close your ears, or to hear. The crows do not demand obedience. They do not bring judgment. They bring attention, awareness, a reminder that life and death are threads of the same tapestry. And the edge of the city is where it becomes visible. There will be nights when their cries echo, through alleys, over rooftops, through parks where children no longer play. And you will feel it, the shiver that comes from knowing that the world is more than what you see, that death is not the end, that life is not merely flesh and blood, that the crows, they speak, and as they gather, do not panic, do not scoff, do not turn away. Watch, listen, reflect, for they carry a message older than mountains, older than rivers, older than the first fire of mankind. They speak of balance. They speak of the unseen. They speak of what lies hidden in corners of the soul. And they remind the living that the world is never silent, even when it seems still. And in those quiet moments, when no one watches, when no one listens, you will understand. The crows will speak, and the dead will hear, and the veil, it will thin, and the truths, long concealed, will flicker like candlelight in the darkness, and those who are awake, those who have heeded the cries, will step into the light of knowing. And when the crows finally take flight, leaving the edges of cities, the world will feel different, humbled, attentive, alive to what has always been present, and the veil, though it returns, will never be as thick again. And those who listened will carry the memory of voices beyond the living, of wings black as midnight, of cries that were both warning and blessing. And so it has been spoken, and so it will be, until the veil thins again, and the crows gather. At the edge of your cities, listen. If you felt the shiver in your bones, if the cries of the crows reached your soul, do not ignore it. Share this vision with those who still have ears to hear, hearts to feel, and eyes to see. Like this video if it opened your awareness, if it reminded you that the unseen is ever present. Comment your experience, your thoughts, your fears, your revelations. Let this be a place where the watchers can connect. Subscribe for more messages that speak of hidden truths, ancient warnings, and the voices of the unseen. The crows will return, the veil will thin again, and those who are prepared will understand. Do not turn away. Do not forget. Share this now, so others may awaken, so others may listen, so others may remember. The world is alive with messages, and the time to notice is now.